Let us now talk about the sutra number 5 of Patanjali Yoga Sutra in the first chapter, that is Samadhi Pada. The sutra is vrittayah panchatayyah klishta klishtaha. Let us break it down. Vrittayah panchatayyah klishta aklishtaha. Now, in this sutra, the Patanjali is talking about the number of vrittis. The vrittis are of 5 types, which are either painful or not painful. Panchatayyah, pancha means 5. Vrittis are 5. All those innumerable vrittis which we are talking about in yoga, the innumerable vrittis that are arising continuously throughout the day, can be categorized into 5 types, and these 5 types of vrittis are either painful or not painful. So in the next sutra we will talk about these 5 vrittis, but right now let us discuss this sutra. So vrittis are, now to speak in broad manner, all vrittis are either painful or not painful. Klishta means pain, which generates pain, and aklishta means which does not generate pain. Or simply, vrittis are either painful or not painful, or vrittis are painful, some are painful and some are pleasurable. So why it is important to talk about this classification of vrittis as painful or not painful? Now this is very important to understand, because it could have been told that vrittis are of 5 types, that's it. But this additional information that they are either painful or not painful, now this is very important to understand. What happens is that either we are attached to something, either we are holding on to something which becomes the root cause of our bondage, or either we are averse to something, we hate something, we abhor something, and that becomes the source of our bondage. So these 2 types of reactions that are generating inside us is majorly the root cause of problem. Craving and aversion. Whatever is pleasurable, or in other words, whatever appears to be pleasurable, we don't know if something has pleasure, really pleasurable, because if you look carefully, in the end, the most pleasurable experience sometimes gives pain only. So whether it is pleasure or whether it is pain, whether it is klishta or aklishta, both are vrittis and both have to be avoided slowly. Whatever is painful, we reject it, we abhor, we hate it, and that becomes a root cause for our disturbed behavior. And whatever is pleasurable, we try to collect it, we try to hold on to it, we cling on to it, we get attached to it, and that becomes a source of our distorted behavior, and ultimately pain. So whatever is good, whatever is bad, whatever is the highest pleasure and whatever is the lowest pleasure, or whatever is the most painful and whatever is the most blissful in the mundane life are both vrittis, and both have to be removed. This is what Patanjali is saying. It is not that you have to remove only bad things. Okay, I have to remove my anger, I have to remove my frustration, I have to remove my anxiety. It is not that. You have to remove, or you have to drop even the most pleasurable of experiences. For example, reading a book, it is giving you a lot of pleasure because your intellect is enjoying. Your intellect is reading that book, you are grasping the meaning and you are enjoying into it. You are drinking this feeling of pleasure of intellect or the intellectual understanding. This is also a vritti, completely useless for a practitioner on the path of yoga. So whether it is klishta or aklishta, both have to be removed. And this is what Bhagavad Gita also gives us indication to this sutra only. In the second chapter, in shloka number 14, it says, Matra sparshastu konteya shitoshna sukha dukhada. Matra sparsh. Matra. Sparsh means contact and matra means sense object. When we come in contact with the sense objects, matra is the sense objects and sparsh means contact. There is either a feeling of cold or heat or pain and pleasure. Shitoshna sukha dukhada. Either you encounter a sensation of hot or cold, or a sensation of pain and pleasure. And further the shloka says, Agama paino nityaha tan titikshasva bharata. Agama apayino. It arises, agama, it arises, it passes away. These sensations of cold or heat, pain or pleasure, they arise and they pass away. They are anitya. They are not eternal, very temporary. That's why, O Bharata, means O Arjuna, maintain the steadfastness. Bear them patiently. You need a patience of only 2 to 3 seconds. They will pass away. The highest of the pleasure will pass away within 2 seconds. The highest of the pain will pass away only in 2 seconds. Bear it calmly, patiently. They are not worth to be attended to. That's why Patanjali is saying, klishta, aklishta. These vrittis are either painful or not painful. Both have to be dropped. Further, Bhagavad Gita says in the same chapter, second chapter, sutra number 50, Buddhi yukto jahatiha ubhay sukrita dushkrite. Buddhi yukto, when a man is established in this buddhi, intelligence of equanimity, ubhay sukrita dushkrite. Ubhay means both. He both drops the good and the bad. Because if good is there, you will get attached to it. Bad already you have discarded, you have already kicked away the bad. But then you are attached to the good. You are in the same stage, the stage of bondage. And that good will ultimately give pain only. That good will ultimately convert into bad. Or you will convert that good into bad. by your limited sense of attachment. So that's why the vrittis are vritti only, whatever it is, and has to be calmed down. All the vrittis has to come to the level of niruddha. We have to nirodha, we have to calm down the vrittis, we have to cessate the vrittis, we have to remove the vrittis completely, and that is